Hello students, welcome back to the computer class of standard 8. We are learning about computer networks and this is the third part of this lesson. Now in this part we are going to learn about the types of network and different network topologies. So let us move to our PPT session regarding the types of network and different topologies of the network. Now there are various types of computer network based on the area they are going to cover. Based on this, the network is divided into 4 different types. Which are those types? The first type is personal area network, also called as PAN. It is a starting stage of computer network, means a smallest ever network we can form with help of personal area network. This network is mostly used in small offices and in home. Means this network is used for communication among various electronics devices such as personal computers and mobile phones in close proximity. Close proximity means in a nearby area. It provides a communication range of 10 meter. Maximum 10 meters these can provide its communication range. Now this network can be wired or wireless. Both way we can connect our computer, mobile or desktop or laptop with this kind of network itself. The network is shown here in this diagram. The second type of network is local area network, also called as LAN. This is the most common type of network. Mostly this network is used to get connected computers for the communication. These networks are very much easy to establish and maintain. Maintenance is not hectic for this kind of network. The diagram is shown over here. Here different clients we are going to connect with each other, and these are the clients, and this computer will act as a server which helps to share all the resources which are available in a network to get shared with the clients, and this is the hub which connects all the computers with each other. Now all the working of these components we have learned in the last session of this lesson. So this is how the local area network will look alike. This kind of network is widely used in small to medium organizations. Okay, small to medium organizations are going to prefer the LAN area network. Now the area which is covered under this network is up to one building. It has a communication range up to 1 kilometer. Up to 1 kilometer, whatever the computers we are going to connect with each other, we can connect with each other with help of LAN. Mostly this kind of network is used in schools, colleges, then MNC offices, or if we are having a 4 or 5 buildings together, means a group of building, we can use this LAN network. Next type of network is metropolitan area network, also called as MAN. It interconnects the computers in a geographic range such as a city or town, means little bit larger network as compared to LAN. Means the smallest network is PAN, the bigger one is local area network, then metropolitan area network, which is having a capacity to get connected till the area of one city or town. It has a network range up to 10 kilometers, and mostly wireless networks are formed with help of MAN. Here I have shown you the diagram of MAN. In MAN network, we are going to connect different LANs with each other. Okay. For one building, I am having one LAN connection, and these LANs I am going to connect with help of this MAN network, which is mostly a wireless network. The next type of network is wide area network, also known as WAN. It is the largest form of a computer network. The bigger network form is called as wide area network, and it is having a range of network more than 100 kilometers. Now the best example of WAN is internet. All over world the internet is accessible, and all the computers throughout the world are getting connected with help of internet. Okay, so internet is the biggest network, also considered as a wide area network. Here I have shown you the diagram of wide area network. So different networks are getting connected with help of internet. Now this kind of networks are generally used at big business houses, universities, and at government entities. Means government offices are going to use these WANs. We have seen the 4 types of network as PAN, LAN, MAN and WAN. Smallest is a personal area network, bigger than that is a local area network. Again, bigger than LAN is a metropolitan area network, which covers the area up to one city, and the largest network is wide area network. The example of wide area network is internet. Now moving to the next point, that is network topology. Now what is meant by topology? Topology is nothing but how we are going to connect different computers in a network. Means the physical arrangement of computers which we are going to do in a network is called as a topology. Now this topology determines the data path which may be used between any pair of nodes in a network. Means how the data will travel from one computer to another computer. It is derived with help of this topology. Now there are various topologies we are going to learn one by one. The first topology is bus topology. As the name suggests, bus topology, this topology will have one central cable on which all the computers are getting connected to form a network. Here every computer is connected to a single cable. Means one single cable is there, and to that cable each and every computer in a network is connected. It is also called as a linear bus topology. Linear means in one plane. Now I will show you the diagram of bus topology here. This is the single cable on which I have connected this laptop, this workstation, this laptop, again this workstation is connected on this cable. This printer and server are the other network devices which we are going to connect to this cable. Okay, this is how the bus topology will look alike. Now in this topology, data will travel in both the directions. I can send the data from this direction also, means this way communication is also possible, and this way communication is also possible. So any computer can send the data to any another computer. But when this data is sent, this data will transmit in form of packets. Now in last year we have learned about the packets, means whatever the data we are sending, it gets divided into small groups and each group is called as packet itself. These packets are traveling with the additional information as the destination address and the sender's address. This additional information is called as header. With the destination address, the packet will come to know where this message should go, means where that packet should get dropped. Now what are the advantages of bus topology? The advantages of bus topology is, first, it is easy to install and maintain. It is not a complicated one, so we can easily install it on a single cable. All the computers we can easily connect with each other, and same way it is easy to maintain also. Maintenance is not hectic work. Second, can be extended easily, means if I want to add more computers in a network, I can extend the cable and I can attach the computers to that particular cable itself. Very reliable because of single transmission line. It is having only one transmission line, so data is passed through this line only. Unless and until something is not going to happen this line, the network will work with its full efficiency. Now let us move to the disadvantages of bus topology. The first disadvantage is, when cable fails, the whole network fails. Something happens to the central cable, then not a single computer is allowed to send message in a network. If network traffic is heavy, the performance of network is decreases. If each and every computer is sending a message on a network, then the performance or the speed of network will decrease. The third disadvantage is, cable has a limited length. We can't keep on extending the length of cable, so it is a limited length cable. And fourth is, it is slower than the rest all the topologies. Now moving to the next topology, that is ring topology. Now why it is called as a ring topology? Because it forms a ring. I will show you the diagram over here. This is how the ring topology will look like. It forms a ring over here in a circular way. The computers are getting connected with each other. So the clients are nothing but the workstations, and server is a file server which is used to share the information among all these clients. Now here data is transmitted in a sequential manner. Means, what is meant by sequential manner? Sequential manner means traveling or sending a data bit by bit. Now bit, byte, all these concepts we have learned in standard 7. So one bit by another bit, the data is sent on a network. The data transmitted has to pass through each node of the network till the destination node. Suppose this computer, first computer wants to send the data to this fifth computer. Okay, so this computer will pass the data to this second computer. Second computer will pass the data to third. Third will pass it on to the fourth, and then fourth will pass it on to the fifth computer. So from each and every node we need to keep on passing the data to the destination node itself. Now let us move further to the advantages of ring topology. The first advantage of ring topology is the network is not affected by high traffic. Even the high traffic is there, the network can pass the data smoothly. The second advantage is cheap to install and expand, means it doesn't require to incur more cost for the installation of this kind of topology. Now we will move to the disadvantages of ring topology. The first disadvantage is troubleshooting is difficult. Troubleshooting means finding the error in a network or which computer is not working properly. That is considered as a troubleshooting. Means finding the error in a network is little bit difficult task in ring topology. Second disadvantage is adding or deleting the computer will disturb the network activity. If we keep on adding and removing the computers from network, it will disturb the whole working of the ring topology. Failure of one computer disturb the whole network. Why is it so? As I have explained you, if one computer wants to send the message to another computer, that message should pass through each and every computer of the network. But if in between any computer is not working, the message will not pass further to the destination. So if one computer gets failed, the whole working of whole network get disturbed. Moving to the next topology, that is star topology. Now as the name suggests, the arrangement of the computers in this topology is like a star itself. So in this topology, all the computers are connected to a single hub. Now here we are having another component to form a network. So this component is called as a hub, and all these are called as a workstation. So these all are workstations, and the central one, this part is called as a hub, which is going to connect each and every device or computer with each other. So all the computers are connected to a single hub. Every node has its own dedicated connection to the hub. Now what is meant by dedicated connection? Dedicated connection means each and every computer is connected to the hub with help of these wires, individual wire, and it is having the connection with that particular PC itself. So each and every PC can connect to hub and can communicate with hub directly. Now the advantages of star topology are, it is having a fast performance with few nodes and low network traffic. As each and every computer will have its individual path to communicate with hub, they can easily send the message to hub and hub will redirect it to the destination computer. So the performance or speed of network is high in this kind of topology. We can upgrade the hub, means if I am having the old age hub, I can replace it with a upgraded version. So we can keep on upgrading the network itself. Easy to troubleshoot. Easy to troubleshoot means as single computer is connected with the hub, if that computer is not working, I can easily understand which computer is not working in a network, and I can remove that computer, and instead of that I can install another over there. Fourth, easy to set up and modify. I can install it easily, and I can modify also it easily. Only that node is affected which has failed, means if any one node is not working, only that node will not work, rest all the network will work with its full efficiency. Now what are the disadvantages of star topology? The first disadvantage of star topology is the cost of installation is high, as it requires another devices to get it connected to form a network. The cost of this kind of network is high. Expensive to use. Same point, as the cost is high. Third, if the hub fails, then the whole network is stopped. What happens if my hub is not working? My whole network gets collapsed. Okay, so if single computer is not working, still I can work on the network, but if my hub is not working, the whole network will not work for us. The next disadvantage is performance is based on the hub. If my hub is needed, if my hub required a upgradation, the data transfer will be slow. If I upgraded my hub, then the performance will increase. So depend on the hub capacity, the performance of network will be depend. Now we will move further to the next topology, that is mesh topology. As the name suggests, all the nodes are interconnected with each other over here to form a mesh kind of structure. Here I have shown you how the mesh topology will look alike. Each and every computer is getting connected with each and every another computer with help of wires or cables. So each computer will have a direct connection with another computer and has a dedicated path to communicate with each other. Now let us see the advantages of mesh topology. The first advantage of mesh topology is each connection carry its own data load, means each wire will carry the communication from that particular computer to another computer. It is a robust network. Fault is diagnosed easily. If any computer is not working properly, then we can easily diagnose that computer. Provides security and privacy. As the wire dedicated path is there, only that wire will travel, carry out the data from source to destination. So no another person will interfere in between the data transmission. Now the disadvantages of mesh topology are installation and configuration is difficult, and cabling cost is more, as it required more cables to get connected with each other. The cost of purchasing the cables is more, and installation is little bit difficult as it is having a mesh kind of structure. Each and every computer we need to connect with each other, so it gets little bit complicated to install. So this is how in this session we have learned about the types of networks and different topologies of the network. Thank you, students.